On the continent of Corvair, a chance encounter brought 4 intrepid travelers together on the road to adventure. Though they began as strangers, they soon became known as the Hero Squad.
Well, we find ourselves still deep in the kind of mushroom cavern / dungeon. Y'all have made your way up to the top of this large cavern that you are in. At the top of which there seems to be a trapped or magical door. So y'all have been currently investigating it. Christina did touch it and got launched away from it, and so had to be saved by Cherry. But now y'all seem to be in a stable position. So
can I ask
where would y'all like to go from there?
If Corvin observed enough to notice, was it the moment that Christina touched it, or the moment that she got a full clasp and tried to depress the handle? Was it literally just instant touch and it happened?
Roll just a perception on that one, because that's a very specific detail, and so the difference between those is so small in time.
16.
16. You couldn't really tell.
Okay.
Within it, you know that she did get a partial grasp. You did see it wasn't just boom. There was some motion in there, but you don't know exactly where in that process it happened.
But if I noticed that it was okay, then I think what I'm going to do is I've been, ever since that happened to Christina, I've just sort of been staring at the door, looking at it, and I'm going to cast Identify.
Okay.
And essentially, I can choose an object. I have to touch it. And if it is a magic item or there's some magic imbued into it, I get to learn its properties.
Okay. Give me a second. So you are touching it. So you're having to risk the effect of it.
Going to very mildly, just I'm not going to go for a full door handle squeeze. I'm just little index finger.
So you touch it, and same thing that happened to Christina happens to you, just a full blast of this paralytic stuff. Because you were just kind of touching it and bracing yourself a little bit, you don't get fully launched back. You just kind of fall straight back down onto the floor. But in the process of touching it, you do notice that there's actually a couple of layers of magic protecting this door. One of which was definitely nature magic. The others you kind of couldn't get a hold of right away.
Okay.
So I also cast lesser restoration. I can do it at will, so I'm just I'll
I like to think
that.
Ravo pulled you up right as Corvin's falling down, and so you just sort of pop up and skip over and boop.
Yep.
You're just again? And I kind of relay that. I was was trying to determine what kind of spell is on that door, and all I could glean from touching it is that it's just a nature spell. But there's more to it than that. But the first layer seems to be nature magic in source of its spell. Not that seems particularly helpful in our scenario. I'd say just not touch that door again.
Well, I mean, we put a lot of effort getting up here, and I'm kind of frustrated with the fact that we got nowhere to go from now.
Well, we have to go back down into the little caverns. I think those might hold the keys to unlocking this thing.
Wasn't there a chattering and a clattering back down?
Yeah, we have to tread carefully, but I think that's our only option for right now.
I'd rather... are we sure that's our only option? Like...
I mean, you can touch the door again if you want, but then I'll just leave you paralyzed.
And that's the only, it's like... it's like little balcony and door and that's it up here? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, I mean, we could go to the cave that that Bagsby's currently waiting in.
Bagsby's still in there, my goodness.
I saw some interesting stuff in there, Cherry, that I think that you might be able to glean from the mushrooms. It seemed important to, like, the mushroom growth, whatever was in there.
Yeah, we can go look at it.
Okay. Okay. So, I guess I start climbing back down the rope.
Okay. Going down's a lot easier than going up, so y'all make your way down safely. You're back down on that first level. And yeah, like I said before, there's that special cavern that Corvin found. There is another smaller cavern down there on one corner, and then there's an area where there's kind of like a chute, you know, like a hole in the wall with a very high angle kind of drop
kind
to
of dropping
it, you know?
down.
So like
okay.
a laundry chute kind of thing.
Can I ask, the moment
yeah.
that I hit the ground, I'm looking around for any skittering, chattering stuff? Am I noticing anything?
No, nothing in particular, like on the ground. You don't feel any movement or anything like that. Every now and then, like, you do hear like the occasional sound down below. You can't tell if it's something moving or if you're kind of just too paranoid, but every now and then, a little bit of sound.
Okay, but I'm not seeing it. I'm just like,
super quiet.
I'm just hearing it. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
And remember, you struggle to see anything down here, so
It's fair.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the rest of y'all descend. There's
Yeah.
those different rooms in the chute.
So where is this pond that you're talking about, Corvin?
Oh, it's just this way. Hey, Bagsby, we're on our way. And so I lead you guys to the sort of pond opening that you have to dive through to get to this cave. So we just have to dive in there, and on the other end is an interesting room with lots of like mushroom mycelial growth stuff.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay. Okay.
So y'all just dive in? What's going on?
Wait, it's underwater?
Yeah, you have to kind of dive through the water.
I don't... No, it's too dark down there. Plus, we don't know what's down there.
I mean, I know what's down there, because I can see Bagsby showing me what's over there.
Yeah, but besides that, there's like no out. It's just what, a bottom? Like a pool with the bottom?
No, there's another room. It's not all
like
it's not all underwater.
Is it like a cave dive where you have to like go
Yes.
under and then up again?
Yes.
Yeah, Cherry just dives in.
Okay. So, Cherry, dive in. You swim your way out to the other side.
Yeah.
In there, you see that Bagsby has kind of formed like a little kind of area and then kind of laid down in it. So, sleepy Bagsby there. And yeah, as you walk in to this room, you feel like a lot of kind of energy radiating around you. Like it feels like almost like you're at the heart of this whole forest. And you see this like plinth in the middle, this kind of like gathering of the mycelium that goes together, and it has like this little kind of hole in it. As you get closer, like as you step in, you notice some sparkling spores kind of traveling towards your direction.
Okay.
What do the rest of y'all do? Do you dive in? Do you wait?
I think I would go in too, but before I do, because I know that Bagsby's been a good boy and waiting so long, I mage hand grab one of the rats that you mentioned has been skittering around, and I hold it in mage hand. I kind of like tighten my coat as much as I can because I don't like getting my feathers wet, and yeah, I kind of like go in through the cave dive.
Okay. when you mage hand the rat, you do kind of see it for a second, and you notice that it has mushrooms kind of growing out of it. So it's not just a rat, but it's got some stuff going on.
All right. I find that interesting, but I think like the thought in my head that happens first is Bagsby won't mind.
Exactly. You would. So yeah, you get through. Your feathers get mildly wet. But you make it through the other side.
Okay. So I pop out and I see Bagsby patiently waiting there. I was like, good Bagsby, here you go. I truck the rat.
So Bagsby does that thing, where he like looks over behind him and like sees you, and then it does the stretch and the yawn, and then kind of runs over and kind of starts batting around the rat.
At the rat. Okay, great. And I just sort of like perceive that I assume that I can see that there's some spores going towards Cherry.
It's kind of glowing in here, so especially for you because of the lack of vision elsewhere, it's very apparent.
So Cherry, watch out, because like those kind of spores, I think, kind of made me trip out a whole bunch.
I'll be fine.
Okay, I'll just.
They seem pretty inviting, like they're really sparkly and yeah, they seem good.
Maybe.
Hi, Forest. Hi, Mushroom Forest. It's me, Cherry. I'm sorry that we're sort of here uninvited, but we're sort of trying to find our way out.
Okay. You feel like a warmth.
Maybe you could help us? There's a door up there and don't quite know how to get through there so that we can leave. And we'd like to, leave this place undisturbed and continue its normal life so that we can leave.
So you feel it beckoning you towards that thing in the middle of the room. So like you can feel it kind of wanting to pull at you.
I go forward.
Okay. As you go forward, the closer and closer you get, you see more and more of these sparkles kind of coming out and moving faster. And what you notice is that they're not actually like going past you. They are kind of accumulating around the head of your staff.
Oh.
And so you notice that they're kind of, floating around it.
Oh, hi.
And as you get even closer, you can see that there is like this depression inside of the this like plinth of mycelia, and it seems to sort of like open up, and you see kind of like the more of these sparkly spores kind of pouring out, and it's almost like a line directly into the head of your staff.
So I take my staff and I turn it upside down and I like put it in the plinth. Like
so as you do that, the first thing that happens is your staff kind of splits down the middle. And then you notice kind of mycelia start to like wrap itself around your staff.
And then it opens up and becomes a big gun, and your brother Knives really wants you to help him destroy the world, but never mind. Different show.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So it starts to get wrapped around with all of these like mushrooms and whatnot. And the other part is that you get this very vivid, sudden vision of like the entirety of this kind of complex of mushrooms, this like mushroom forest. And so you can see a direct path that leads you through another cavern. It goes, and you can see, you kind of feel these mushrooms that are like in the corners and whatnot, and it leads through a sort of more like a structured area. You can kind of feel the edges and everything, and it leads into this main hall kind of room, and in there you feel a greater amount of the mycelia, but this feels like it's more dangerous, like this stuff was sort of defense as far as you feel the way that it feels. And in there you then feel at the center of this room a sort of emanating magic, and at the same time as you feel that, you're getting kind of images of the door and kind of feeling the same feeling.
Okay, and this is, just to be clear, this is, the path leads to sort of like the like back into the first chamber? Or
so
is this like...
it was beyond like you. It was like from the first chamber into another cavern that heads through these other rooms.
Okay.
So yeah, sort of a mental map. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Wrote it down.
And also, you can feel the rest of the area, right? You feel it going back into the area where you kind of came from. You feel it, into the cavern that you're in, all the way up to the top. So, like, yeah, you just have this, like, mental map of the whole area.
Cool. Yes.
Okay. Well, I know where we are gonna go. Okay, thanks, Heart of the Forest. That was really kind of you, and I'll be sure to offer some prayers, and yeah, I'll come back, and I owe you one, so don't worry. I'll think of something real nice for you. Thank you.
And then she dives back in.
Okay.
Did you grab your staff?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you grab your staff, you pull it out, and you do notice that at the head of the staff, there now are sprouting a bunch of mushrooms that
cool.
As you move it, there does seem to be like spores that kind of like
are they
pop out of it from time to time.
I'm avoiding those spores. I'm walking ahead of you.
They seem contained, like they don't seem to like fly out into the air like a trail. It just seems like they kind of hover around the edge of it.
Got it.
Yep. And we'll talk about what that means later.
Means I'm badass.
Because I don't have stats for it, right? Yeah.
The moment I see Cherry just talk to the thing and then leave, and I'm just like, wait, what? And so I immediately follow. I'm like, Bagsby, we're leaving.
Bagsby reluctantly walks over and follows you into the water. Y'all head out into the main cavern area. Ravo and Reuben were waiting for you because they weren't getting wet. And yeah, there's sort of, you can see in the corner, there's this cavern where there are more of the glowing toadstools around, and you can kind of see the path that it kind of was leading you down.
So what happened down there? Did you guys find what you needed to find?
Yeah, I spoke with the Heart of the Forest, essentially, and they told me where we need to go. So
awesome.
There's another place outside of this chamber. It's sort of another little chamber. And we have to go through that. And then there's another chamber that we have to go through. But after that one...
Is it another chamber?
No. Well, yeah, I guess it is another chamber. But that one's the one that holds the magic. And that one's the one that holds the secret to the door.
Okay.
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 But don't worry, I know it's hard to remove the images and turn them into words, but I know where we need to go.
Well, then
if you follow me, I can show you where.
Okay, I guess you're leading the way. Oh, so is your staff okay?
Yeah, it's just got, look at these cute little mushrooms on it. It's so cute.
Real cute. As I lean away.
Yeah, and then Cherry just starts walking in the direction that they were told to go.
Okay, so you make your way up through this cavern. It's similar to the one that you had been in before with all the traps and whatnot, but you guys figured out how to traverse that pretty well last time. Mage hand, everything like that. So you're running through it again.
Okay.
You knew what to expect. Basically, y'all rolled so well that I'm not going to make you just do it again. So, as you reach a certain point in here, again, it starts to get into these long hallways, these corridors. And all along the ceiling and kind of heading off into the distance and then turning to the right, you see these little trails of mushrooms, just tiny, like in the cracks and kind of going up through the edges. So just this little bit of it. Yeah. So that's what you got. You're now in another one of these hallways. You're heading forward.
Okay. This is okay. We got past the traps. Okay. Are we in the right area, Cherry?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted by Hippo behind me.
I was gonna say I just saw Hippo go out of there.
Yeah, this is the right area. We just gotta keep following this little mushroom path, and we'll get there eventually.
What's up with all these little cracks everywhere?
They're just guiding us.
Are they guiding us? Are they breaking the cave? Like, does it?
So you see like through all like the bricks and everything like that throughout.
Does it seem like structurally, like what the mycelium is doing is actually like breaking what had been built before?
It feels sturdy.
Okay.
Like, you're not really worried about it
Okay.
falling. Nothing has indicated to you that it's not going to hold up.
Okay. Well then, I guess let's just keep going then, Cherry.
One thing you do notice is that everything is still perfectly like edged, right? So all this stuff is there, it's all sticking out, and yet it's like perfectly square all the way down.
So it's like it's a built wall that has like this mycelium kind of like growing over it.
Yeah, it feels like it was almost built into it that way or something.
I guess along this wall, do I see any signs of, I guess, kind of like the dwarven people? Any other people like socketed to the wall, or any other stuff like that?
Roll and investigate. Investigate.
Listen, we gotta go meet the Lord of Bones, okay?
It's a 14 total.
14. Yeah, you're looking around and everything, and you do see like a couple of like arrows that are stuck in the wall, and similarly, they're kind of like sheared off at the same level. Like they're perfectly sheer with the edge of it.
So, okay. So it's like on both walls, it's not even that it's like stuff is sticking out. It's perfectly sheer.
Yeah.
Y'all, I think that this might be a trap, or there might be one of those gelatinous cubes or something coming through here, because this is all way too smooth. This is unnatural.
Well, I know that in the second area that we're going through there, it's dangerous.
I guess keep an eye out behind us and in front of us.
Yeah, let me see.
I don't know, like
Always keep your eyes on the ocean, Chaz.
always keep your eyes on the ocean. Never turn your back to the ocean. Oh, man, I wish I had some like spell for this.
I'm gonna behind us. I'm gonna just cast Nathir's Mischief.
Okay.
Behind me, and so I need to roll a 1d4. Roll. Oops! I accidentally rolled a d20. Ignore that one. I rolled a 3 on the d4. So a 3 means each creature in the cube must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or begin giggling until the start of the next turn. A giggling creature is incapacitated and uses its movement to move in a random direction. So that's cast behind us.
Okay. So towards like the entrance of where you walked in?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
Was that wise to do? What if we need to turn around?
I'll unsummon it, all right? It's just covering our back.
For what? Can cubes even do, like, will it be affected?
I don't even know if it's a cube. All right, we don't know what's going on. Christina, what's your backup? So what's your plan here to cover our butts?
Well, obviously not just like prevent us from going back.
Obviously not nothing. You got no plan. All right, now I'm just focused forward. What do we got coming up ahead of us?
Well, why don't you go forward and find out?
All right, Bagsby, lead the way.
Oh
All
my
right.
god, this cat.
Poor Bagsby. Oh man. Okay.
You best believe, like, between all the traps that we had leading up the way, there was some scattered Bagsby bones along the way.
Bagsby has been reconstituted so many times. So yeah, y'all are heading down this hallway. Let me real quick. Come on. Do it. There we go. What did I get? Okay. So, y'all are heading down this hallway, and you pass by a couple of these corridors that are on either side of you. Again, it's just clearly like they head off towards smaller rooms off to the side, but as far as like Cherry keeps directing you, it's like this is the way. So, as you are heading down these different following the path, you do actually see off into the distance some of these cubes that are kind of coming closer to you from these offshoots.
The gelatinous cubes?
Yes.
Okay.
They've clearly got shields and all kinds of things like stuck at them, but they're pretty far away.
Okay.
It feels like you're able to kind of have a good eye on them, at least for now. Clearly they would be heading, or they are heading in your direction, but it's just like they're not like
Russian?
They don't run.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as long as you keep your eye on them, you're good.
Okay.
So yeah, you keep heading forward. Everybody make a dexterity roll.
14 from me.
1, but plus 11.
But that's still
a
a
nat
nat
one.
one.
It's still a nat one.
Wait, no,
Mine will
wait,
show
I
up
did it
eventually.
wrong. I hit acrobatics. Excuse me, that's not even the right one.
It's still a dex bonus, though.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're lucky on that one.
Okay, there you go. 19 plus 7. There you go. I rolled the wrong thing.
You are lucky you made a mistake.
Where did mine go?
I see yours.
I don't
Yours is
know.
15.
Oh,
15.
15.
Okay, so yeah, as you're walking along through this tunnel, or through this what you call it, hallway, there does come a moment where you see, or where Corvin, you notice along the edges some more of the kind of trap, kind of firing type stuff.
Okay.
So,
So I say, hold up, and I get my mage hand going, and I kind of just like start swiping around.
okay, I'm shocked that you didn't just go Bags Bay. So yeah, you're kind of waving around like that, and actually, 2 nets kind of fire from either side.
Oh.
And then behind y'all, not too far away, a cube falls out of the ceiling.
Oh.
Like from
good.
down a grate. And so again, it's behind you, it's coming your way, but there's no urgency to necessarily fight it.
Okay.
That said, you could if you wanted to.
All right. Well, I think we keep moving, y'all. Cube's behind us. I think I've triggered the trap. So I press forward and keep mage handing around.
Okay. So as you're going along, you see that, the cube behind you kind of heads through that trap area, and you see like the nets get pulled up into it. And actually, as it's depressing the trap, it keeps getting nets fired into it. So it's just this huge kind of mass of nets kind of coming in your direction. And yeah, as you're going around like looking for more traps, you don't really seem to see many. So you're able to make it through this hallway pretty much fine.
Okay.
And y'all kind of make it out to the other side where there is a door that heads out into like a stairwell that the walls here are a little bit more uneven. So you have a feeling that you're kind of in the clear.
Got it. Like the cubes haven't consumed this.
It ain't cube sized. it's smaller than cube. Okay.
Okay. Bagsby, you made it through that one.
Bagsby is like keeping his distance from you.
So, Sherry, where do we go now?
We just keep going up.
Up?
Yeah.
So
The staircase here? Okay.
Now let's go up the staircase.
And when you reach the top of the staircase, you go through another door, and you now seem to be in a very large kitchen, almost like an industrial sized kitchen.
Okay.
So you see lots of like chopping blocks and things with kind of like knives lined up along next to it. You see sort of an area for, basically you see like skinning, cutting, all that kind of stuff. You see an area of like stock of like grains and all kinds of things stacked up.
But does this all seem like old and in ruins, or does it seem like it's
Roll
been...
a perception.
Okay.
Roll and investigate.
I will roll an investigate, Price.
Yeah.
Let's see here. 15.
Okay. So yeah, you're looking around in this room because as you do, you're always on an investigation. Every room is a mystery until you've solved it. So you notice that over near the oven, that there is some food that is not too decayed. It seems like, that really hasn't spoiled that much. Like it's just kind of sitting there. So you deduce that people have been here somewhat recently, probably within the past few days, maybe week.
Is it Reuven?
Reuven, yep.
Reuven, you're not familiar with this kitchen, are you? This seems like it was recently used.
No, I don't. I mean, if this is an old Dwerger dungeon, then, this could be an old kitchen. I don't know.
And I assume
it seems really big.
Everything else around us seems old and dilapidated and whatnot, yet we have food here that seems like it was probably brought here less than a week ago.
I mean, whoever got in here would have to have come the way we came, so it's pretty dangerous.
Well, maybe they're in here.
I was gonna say the same thing, Cherry, and maybe we need to watch out for them as well.
Hello?
That's not what I meant by watch out for them, Cherry.
Is anyone else in here? It seems like you might have snacks.
You don't at the moment hear anything.
Okay, I don't think anyone's here. They would have answered.
Is there no other exit?
You do see a couple of doors that you could probably go through. Just there are two doors.
I go to one of the doors, just any one of the doors. I open it and just take a little peek. I'm not like fully walking through it.
So the door that you open is not far from like the oven and chopping block area, and as you're going down it, you see that there are actually rows and rows of like prison cells. Basically like dungeon cells over here. Some of them look like they weren't built for humanoids. They may be larger, or they have like smaller roofs, or they have like different feeding troughs and things like. There's all kind of stuff like that laid out. There don't seem to be any living prisoners anywhere, but it does seem like this was certainly used to imprison people a long time ago. And once again, Corvin, you do notice some kind of like footsteps have been around, like some there's not enough dust kind of over it or kicked up or anything to make it seem like it's old. Like it definitely seems like kind of fresh tracks. Not super fresh, week or so. Same as the food.
Okay. I'd like to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And specifically, I am not necessarily looking to read the thoughts of anyone in my party here. I'm looking to see if I can gain the awareness of being able to glean the surface level thoughts of any creature that is within a 30-foot range.
Let's see. Okay. You do sense like one presence. It's a thinking individual, but the thoughts don't make sense.
Sure. And because I'm not targeting them specifically, I wouldn't be able to do a deep dive, I don't believe. I would just be able to glean surface level thoughts. But like you said, maybe they're not even normal thoughts that I can read.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of gibberish, but you do know that there's something somewhere nearby.
Okay. So I whisper to the group, Cherry, everyone, I think that there is someone else with us within 30 feet of us here. I can sense
good.
them.
Maybe they can help us.
Let's see. Can I don't think I can actually glean the direction, right? You can use this spell to detect the presence. It doesn't say anything about actually detecting the direction, though. Okay. So, in that case, I can't sense, like, language or creature type or anything like that? Okay.
No.
Well, I mean, down here, it looks like there's just a bunch of cells. They could be hiding in any one of these. I wonder what's in the other door. And I walk to the other door, and I also take a little peek inside.
Okay. So in that other door, beyond that other door, you see what looks like kind of a large, an old throne room, but it also looks like it was repurposed at some time. It's been used multiple times, but there is a throne all the way at the end, and you can see there some things up on there. But from where you are, it's far enough away that it's kind of like I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
And is this like the main area that I had, like the end goal of the visions that I was being told? Okay.
Yes.
Cherry starts looking around the kitchen for like a key. So
in the
like,
kitchen?
Yeah, in
Okay.
the kitchen. So they're like pulling back like pots and stuff and opening drawers and just looking.
Okay.
Cherry, what are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for a key, right? Because we have a door that's locked, so maybe there's just a key in here. This is the place that the mushroom said that we would find. There's something here that connects to the door in some way, and a key would probably be the easiest. But
Maybe like a switch. Maybe a lever.
yeah, I'm just looking for anything.
I mean, it's guarded magically, so maybe it's something like a magic device. Can anybody detect magic?
I can. Let me see here.
I can dispel magic.
I can identify, but that's based on touch.
I look to Ravo and Ruben. It's like, do any of you guys know how to detect any kind of magic? Or are we just going to have to start searching? No?
Yeah, they're both just like,
Okay. Well, I look at Cherry. I was like, well, it could be in this kitchen, or it could be in this throne room.
There's a throne room over there?
Yeah, I opened the door a little bit wider to show Cherry, like, the room.
Cherry like runs up behind Christina and is like peering out, like behind her.
Throne room?
Oh my gosh, I've never seen one of these. Let's go sit on the throne. That would be so much fun.
And they just like start like prancing off towards the chair.
as soon as you get past the threshold of the door, you feel this immense sorrow and pain
Oh, jeez.
from all of the mushrooms and mycelia around you. And these ones look different. They look kind of brown and shriveled, kind of desiccated and whatnot. They're still alive. You can feel it, but it's there's something has happened.
Kai asks Price, is this a Super Mario situation?
No, it's not. No, this is not a Super Mario situation. I'm not about to introduce you to your long-lost dad who's a mushroom.
I mean, he was like a series of mushrooms.
He was a fungus throughout the land. Yeah, that's true.
He was just a fun guy.
Yeah.
So
turns
like,
out the real dad was the mushrooms along the way.
it's true.
Oh my gosh.
So like as Cherry's like bounding in all happily, like the wave of like sadness like hits them and they sort of like just slow down.
Okay.
Like now they're sad. Like
Oh no, I think what's ever in here is... I think it's hurting the mushrooms. It's hurting nature. Sort of like what was happening on the surface. Maybe, I think. I mean, they have to be connected, right? That only makes sense.
Is it?
So maybe
Is it?
we have to look in here.
Is it something in there that's hurting the mushrooms, or are the mushrooms meant to hurt whatever's in there?
I don't know. Can I roll investigation?
How long does your speak to plants
Or-
last?
Oh, it's just
I think you can do it at will, right?
No, but
Or
how
is it
long
a
does
spell?
it last?
it's a spell.
Oh, okay.
Does it last for like an hour?
Well, I have speak with plants and I have commune with nature. So speak with plants is a little bit of different. Speak with plants is like basically I can summon, like I can talk to the plants and they'll like do little things for me, like give me a drink or something. The other's just been like flavor text.
Okay.
Yeah, let me either I guess maybe a survival or an insight, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, good. I'd say, yeah, insight works.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for insight to see if I can determine if the mushrooms are dying because of the room or if
the mushrooms are there to cause pain.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's nothing. I don't know.
You don't know. It's all just like
It's
the
too
sorrow and the rage. It's too loud, you know?
Yeah.
Is there anything else in that room, Cherry?
Do you mean besides the crushing sadness and sorrow from the mushrooms? I mean, there's the chair.
Is crushing
It's a
sadness?
throne room.
I walk into the throne room with Cherry and I start looking, and you mentioned there was something on top of the throne, so I'm going to take a good look at that.
Okay, so as you get closer to the throne, you notice an old, kind of desiccated corpse.
Oh, good.
And it's, got armor and everything on it, similar to the one that Corvin saw earlier. It has like an ancient kind of helmet / crown on its head. But, the bones and everything are kind of hanging loose, and there are a ton of mushrooms kind of sticking out at every corner. And these ones look a lot like the ones that are all around in here, so they're a similar kind. Cherry, you would know that was where you felt the drawn to, that exact place, the throne.
All right, well, that throne is the place that we need to go.
I mean,
I can feel it.
Is it this dead dude here? Like,
It's either the dead person or something on the throne itself, so we should go check it out.
Corvin, anything?
I'm reluctantly kind of waiting in the doorway, I think. That I'm freaked out by sort of what's happening here, so I think I send Bagsby in there to be my eyes.
Of course you do.
Every time. Okay.
So I send Bagsby up to the throne.
You send Bagsby in, yeah.
I look at Bagsby and I was like, you don't have to do what he tells you.
You hear inside of your head, it's a living. No.
I turn around and I look at Corvin and I realize I see like he's like scared. And I was like, I thought you're supposed to be a brave detective. What are you doing back there?
I never said brave.
Cherry is just slowly walking up towards the throne
Okay.
because it's pulling her.
Yeah, and as you get closer, you're feeling this sort of energy that emanates from it, and again, it is that kind of that feeling of decay and anger and frustration. As you're doing that, Bagsby heads kind of around the throne over into a corner.
Oh.
And Corvin, because you can see through Bagsby's eyes, you see that there actually is a pile of bodies that are more fresh.
Oh.
But it's not so much a pile as it's like they're climbing over one another. And you see that they're pretty overrun with these mushrooms kind of sticking out of them and whatnot.
So it's like a pile of bodies that are all almost as if they're climbing up one another, but they're all dead, and there's mushrooms growing out of them. Y'all be careful. There's a lot of bodies in that room. In the corner. I'm not sure it's safe.
Is this the first time you've seen a dead body?
All right, I mean, I'm warning you.
I mean, he hangs out with Bagsby.
True.
Okay, so y'all are getting closer to the throne, and you're there. You're looking at this this body. The throne is like a little bit raised, but there are areas where you could step on if you wanted to like look up higher and whatnot. But this body is in the chair, and it's got you feel this kind of darkness around it, like it's not alive, and yet you're kind of edgy, right? Mm-hmm. Kind of like, you're not afraid of the dark, nothing's going to happen in the dark, and yet when it's dark, kind of like, I don't want to go out there. So what do you do? Yeah.
Cherry goes up to the body on the throne and like outstretches their arm.
Excuse me. Hi, I'm Cherry. The mushrooms may have told you about me, but yeah, we're just trying to get our way out, and it seems like you're really sad. So maybe we can help by relieving some of that frustration and that sadness. I don't know how exactly, but I hope this helps in a way.
And they cast lesser restoration on the body to see if it does anything.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, nothing really happens. This is
okay.
This is a corpse too far gone.
Price, you mentioned
All right.
that the corpse itself, though, does seem to be emanating a presence of decay. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, I walk in.
Okay.
And I head
Finally.
I head towards the throne.
Okay, do what you're going to do, Ash.
All right, Corbin. You enter the room. The feeling of decay emanating from this Dwerger corpse.
All right. So, Price, I want you to know that that I'm doing this specifically because you're using the phrase decay, and because we're feeling decay.
Okay.
Corvin's super uncomfortable for some reason around this particular corpse, but because it is emanating this feeling of decay, Corvin had a thought of how it could potentially stop that. And so Corvin has to do the spell. Corvin has to touch the corpse. So Corvin does that and casts Gentle Repose.
Okay.
I touch a corpse or other remains, and for the duration, the target is protected from decay and cannot become undead. The duration's 10 days.
Interesting. Target is protected from decay and can't become undead. I'm just trying to think how that, like, what that can do. Okay. So you do that,
Yes.
and as soon as you do, the corpse starts to, like, shake and rattle.
And roll.
And, starts to loosen away and sort of lurches forward and then lurches up like this. And then you see this, like, tiny little orb. It's like purple and yellow kind of like mixing together one another. Just launches out of, like, its mouth.
Oh.
And, just kind of, like, deposits itself, like, in a wall. Like, it flies out like a bullet.
Oh, wow.
And yeah. And then that's it. The corpse is just kind of like leaning over.
Now that that's happened to the corpse, do we still feel the presence of decay in this room?
It has moved.
It has moved away from the corpse? Mm-hmm. I'll go investigate the yellow-purple bullet that was launched into the wall.
It's not a bullet. It just moved like a bullet.
Yeah.
It's more like it's like about like that.
Like
big.
like a big
An
marble.
orb?
A little bit bigger than a ping pong ball.
Yeah.
A cheesema, maybe?
A mini cheesema. All right, shredded cheesema.
I'm hungry.
So yeah, it's you go over and look at it. It's sitting there, and it's still kind of within itself, swirling and moving and whatnot. Kind of like how Jupiter looks.
Yeah.
It's like up there. It's like that kind of.
I'll
swirling around.
I'll do an investigate.
Okay. And boostigate.
16.
Yeah. So, what you definitely notice is that from where it entered the wall, It was a relatively clean portion of wall because it's on the other side of the room. So as far as like all the stuff along it, it's lesser so. But you notice that it's slowly, little tendrils are kind of sticking out the side of it, kind of like wiggling around.
Oh.
And some of them are kind of getting stuck to the wall, and you can see them kind of moving forward. So yeah, just kind of like little bits of decay kind of moving around.
What is this? I assume from my investigation and insight, I wouldn't actually be familiar with what this thing is, right?
Mm-mm.
Christina? You're familiar with what this thing is?
Not even the slightest. Reuben, have you seen this before?
Reuben?
No idea.
Is this the key that we're supposed to use? Like, should we take it to the door?
I mean, I guess. I mean, this is the orb of all the decay and sadness, so I guess if we put it next to the door, it'll probably decay all the magic there, would be my guess.
Well, then how do we move it?
I cast Mage Hand.
Every time.
Can't even hold it?
It's you're like pulling on it from the wall, and it does take some work. And as you are, like, it's like sort of trying to hold on to the wall. So this is like a Vision in Infinity War situation, like full on pulling it off of it. So once you fully yank it off of there, you see all the stuff like whipping around all around the mage hand, just kind of like frantically.
Oh my god!
Reaching.
Oh my god! I think we should go to that door because I'm afraid what happens when I drop this. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's.
Everybody's on board.
I mean, let's go.
So we need to go back through the hallway that has the gelatinous cubes. Is that right?
Yeah, and your giggle room.
That was based on concentration. That's gone. Giggle room has been dispersed.
I just am worried about all the other mushrooms around the door. Is that going to cause them to decay as well?
Well, hopefully it'll decay the door and we can take it even further.
Yeah. I guess we'll have to see.
Roll a perception.
Who?
How about everybody?
Okay.
Everybody, to be honest, yeah.
16.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, Christina 22.
I'm waiting on cherries.
I don't know why mine is like the slowest thing ever.
17.
17. Okay. So, Christina notices that over in the corner, kind of above where those bodies were kind of like reaching up towards the wall, you actually notice along the ceiling that there's a sort of a crawl space almost, like a little vent kind of situation almost. That's it. You see a hole up there.
Okay. I don't want to go in it. I mean, we're kind of in this weird room with the vent and dead bodies below it. It's like a dead chute. I guess I go over there and look up, and just because it's caught my eye, and I'm just like,
so it doesn't go up; it goes down.
Okay.
Oh. I was going to say, what is the chute from the other room? And it just leads here to the throne room, but I guess not.
If I look at the bodies, does it look like they had fallen from this thing?
No.
No?
No.
They just look like they've been crawling on top of each other? They don't look like they've been, like, just thrown?
Yeah, it's more like they were reaching.
I hate to do this, but can I borrow Bagsby?
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Bagsby's cool with it.
Can I borrow Bagsby?
I'm sorry, Bagsby, but I don't want to go up there, but it seems like you might be able to fit.
Christina, I want you to remember this, though. The next time you get all uppity at me about using Bagsby in ways like this.
I pick up Bagsby very carefully, and I use my wings to basically fly up.
Give him a good pat. Tell him he's a good boy.
I pat Bagsby and I'm like, I'm so sorry. And I gently just push him up into the vent.
Yeah. So Bagsby kind of is up there and starts doing that thing of like a cat trying to like hold on to something, you know? And you see this look of like betrayal.
I'm sorry.
Like there's just something about the way that Bagsby looks at you.
I'm
just like,
sorry.
Like you too?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Bagsby falls through the chute, and Corvin, of course, you can,
I can see this.
See this, and slams into the ground, shattering into a bunch of Bagsby bones.
Wait, I didn't like. I just kind of lifted him into the chute, like I'm holding him.
It sounds like it's a chute that's going downwards, Jasmine.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't like a vent on the ceiling. It sounds like it was like a laundry chute going down.
I thought it was just a vent. Oh, so he got launched down, but do we know where he is?
Down.
Well, he's in a few different places right now, Christina, actually.
He has made it back to the chamber where y'all came in.
So it just goes in a circle.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a vent that just comes back down.
That's a shortcut there, actually, y'all. We just need to land a little bit softer than what Bagsby did.
Wait.
It's a Zelda map. You got the MacGuffin, and now you just get to go right back to the main dungeon area. You don't have to go around.
The thing I'm confused is it goes back to the mushroom room. Correct?
It does, yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
For some reason, I thought it came right back into this throne room, which I was like, this is like the weirdest little view.
It's a. You're like, it's a portal.
You're hallucinating like Corbin.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes back to that mushroom room.
Okay.
My apologies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Then I shimmy my way into this little vent here, and I with Mage Hand still holding this weird thing, and I guess like just kind of like with my own feet in my other hand, try to slowly lower myself.
Yeah, you're doing that like shimmy thing. Roll a strength.
Okay. 12?
12? All right, you're doing okay, but then as you reach the end, your wings get a little tired and you kind of fall. And you land on your butt right next to Bagby's skull.
Yep.
And you see Bagsby kind of like snicker a little bit.
Oh, at least I'm in a better state than you, bud, all right?
All right, Cherry, Christina.
I guess.
I'll do.
Yeah, I guess I try to shimmy down. I'm just looking.
Yeah, unless you want to go back into the other areas, you know.
I'm just seeing if I can cast anything.
I tell you what, I find like a yellow mushroom flotation device, and I put it at the bottom of the laundry chute.
Right, you push over a big mushroom cap.
Where'd it go? I just cast spider climb on myself.
Oh, that's right, you have that.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep. All right, so you just spoder your way down.
Yeah. Very unspoder-like, but yes.
I look at Ruvo and Ravio, Reuven and Ravo, and I'm like, I should have said something. But, I think it's funnier that Corvin just decided to do it himself. Let's take this a little bit more carefully. And I actually cast Featherfall on both Ruvo and Robin. Because I could do up to 5
You couldn't have mentioned that you had Featherfall before this moment?
No,
so yeah, they
float
down.
I guess I cast it on myself as well because, why not? Why wouldn't I do that?
I like the idea of like Corvin like jumping in, like you're like, oh, hold on, I can cast, and then you're falling, and then just feather fall, just. All right, so
right.
y'all get through. You're back in the main area.
Okay, we got the MacGuffin.
And yeah.
Okay, then
I climb up to the door because I can.
I head over. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess you can just spider climb up there.
Yeah.
So where are you with your mage hand? What's going on here?
I've got mage hand holding on to the weird MacGuffin, and I guess I'll ask Cherry. Cherry, any way you can actually just like pull me up?
What do you mean?
Oh wait, you don't have rope. Ravo has the rope.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me see what I can do to get up there.
I mean, Ravo's right next to you. We could just get you up there. We'll do the same thing that we did before.
Take your time.
Take our time, tie the rope up there, everybody climb up, and then we'll just tie you, and then, just winch you back up.
Yeah, all right.
So we do that to save time.
All right, you go through the whole situation. As you're getting up there, Corvin, you're noticing that wherever the mage hand is holding that orb, the stuff around it starts to kind of shrivel and wilt a little bit. Even if it's not touching it, but like some of the mushrooms are starting to kind of shrivel away.
Okay.
Yeah. And as that's also happening, that rumbling and that rustling starts to get a little bit louder beneath you.
Oh, really? Okay. Then
Yeah.
I'm like extra freaked out and wanting to like get done with this this task as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
I'm done.
So, yeah, you make your way up there. What do you do now that you have this thing?
So I think literally the moment my feet hit the deck of this little, I was about to say porch, this little
Stone area.
this little stone area outside this door, I huck it like a baseball at the door.
Okay. So it hits the door, and it's sort of like, not shatters, but like smushes against it. And you see all that brown rot kind of spread across the door and start to slowly decay it away until there is just an opening before you.
The door just kind of like decays to nothing?
It's gone. It's disintegrated to nothing. Then the rumbling starts to get a little bit louder.
What?
And you can hear like a whooshing sound kind of churning behind you.
This place is
What are y'all
hell. Cherry? This is where we wanted to go, right?
Yeah, this is the way out. I mean, we should just
Lead
leave.
the way.
Okay.
I lead the way
Okay.
out of the door.
So, y'all are heading through another one of these little caverns, and this one doesn't seem like the same as the others. It doesn't seem like a booby trap, like this was built into the complex. It just feels more like, oh, this is just a little pathway. So you're following it, and you're descending deeper and deeper and deeper. But you also notice that there is an area kind of above you that where there's other kind of offshoot caves every now and then. So it's sort of like, a cave with like a whole bunch of just different offshoots from it. But it's sort of like small paths, large path. You're kind of on the highway.
Do we have light in here, or can I not see?
Kind of similar to before, glowing mushrooms and stuff. So there, there's a little bit of ambient light that you can kind of see by.
Yeah.
I don't know much about this area. It was mostly just for the forest back there, so
I think we just
we
keep
should
going
just be
down.
Careful.
So
Yeah, it's this is the way out, so we gotta go.
So Reuven speaks up and is like, I think I can get us going from here.
Does it look familiar?
Sort of starts to like look around and kind of, okay, this way. And sort of like leads you over, to one of the little side chutes. And, kind of like goes in a little bit and then, no. Hold on. Turned around. And like he's struggling, but it seems like he's kind of familiar. You start to feel a tremor that's slowly building from back behind you, where you came in.
It's like we were rushing down the stairs to get past that noise, and then we start hearing it again. Yeah. Should we be concerned, Reuven? Is this a typical sound in these caves?
No, that's probably not good. We should probably get out of here. That one, go, go.
I start sprinting.
Yeah. So y'all are running over to get to this other path, and you hear the rumbling noise continue behind you, and you get pretty far off of the the highway area, as I said, and you look back, and you see this massive sort of reptilian type creature sort of snaking its way down that hallway. I mean, and it's huge. And it's also got, kind of legs. It's like pulling itself through as well. And you also notice sticking out of it here and there more of those mushrooms as it then, you see it kind of like finish going out through that area.
What?
What the hell is that?
What was that?
I have no idea.
Why does everything have mushrooms on it?
I don't know.
Because they're cute.
Accessories.
I'm not sure that they're good. I feel like the mushrooms might be controlling that thing.
Well, I mean, if it's controlling that thing, we could talk to the mushrooms at least. Cherry could at least reason with it. If not, we should probably stay away from it.
I'd vote for that one. That's the better plan.
Yeah. I look at Reuben. Where do we go now?
Down. Wait. Okay, this way.
This way?
And Reuben starts confidently kind of walking you in a certain direction. Mm-hmm. Again, down. Down. And you eventually come to an area that it's got like torches, but they're all out.
Oh.
Statues of sort of elven looking warriors. You see some kind of inlays of spider web and spiders all over the place, and you see lots of web all over the walls. Inside the web, you see a whole bunch of like old desiccated corpses. Again, everything looks pretty old. It looks like this is from time long gone. But still, this kind of persists here.
I pull down one of the torches, kind of study it to make sure that, like, there's still, like, just whatever is, like, tar or whatever, like, you can do with it.
Pitch.
Yeah, and then I cast Prestidigitation to light it.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to light it, get a little light coming off of it.
Yeah. And I hand one to Corvin, and I grab another one, and I do the same, and I hand one to each of everybody.
Okay.
Obviously, there might be more spiders, so this could at least help clear some of the webbing.
Why is it always spiders?
Well,
So you,
I just hand out torches. Yeah.
Okay.
Cherry.
I was just gonna say,
well, spiders like it really dark, and it's dark down here, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Thank you, Cherry. But come on, why is it always spiders? You don't have to answer that one, Cherry.
Okay.
You're like, because I had an answer.
So I start burning some webs.
Oh, okay. So you're like straight up. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
All
think
right.
that's a good idea.
So yeah, I mean, you do that, and the fire kind of spreads across little bits. It goes pretty far before it like smolders out here and there. Some of the corpses come loose from the walls. Hi, Lana. She wants food. Some of the corpses come loose from the walls, kind of fall to the ground. There's some that are still stuck in there, but they're a little more revealed. All kinds of like trinkets and things fall to the ground. Just
trinkets.
as you're, kind of doing this. Where's Billiam when you need him?
yeah.
I kick a couple of trinkets and turn them over my foot to make sure that they're fine. I pick one up.
Oh.
I pick a few up just to see what they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like old daggers, leather belts, holsters, like all kinds of just like mediocre gear.
Toss
And a handful of like coins here and there. So, you get a little bit of money out of it, but,
I grab the coins, but everything else that looks deteriorated, I just kind of throw back.
Can I notice as the corpses are getting shifted if there seems to be mushrooms growing out of the corpses as well?
Down in here, there don't seem to be
Okay.
mushrooms everywhere.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I just continue to press forward, and any webs in my way, I continue to burn.
Okay.
And
She
it
is
is not like this.
She is so hungry right now. Can you hear her? She's like clawing. Okay, so yeah, you're heading down this hallway, torching the webs here and there, and as you get a little bit further, you start to hear the rattling of bones, and it's almost like a ripple from behind you of bones kind of like rattling along the walls until they kind of get in front of you.
What?
And one of the skeletons on the wall kind of lurches forward and kind of like starts moving its arm around. And you can see it actually kind of like slapping its arm around and like kind of like reaching out and like doing this kind of stuff.
A skeleton?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi. Are you a friendly skeleton? Oh, see, it's waving back. They're friendly.
Skeletons don't do that, Cherry. Skeletons are dead.
Well, they don't look very dead. They're moving.
It's pointing at us.
So you can see it's pointing down, and there's actually some like scatter. There's like a journal down there, like a little notebook, and like a whole bunch of like there's like pens and you know scissors and all kinds of stuff, like a little like craft kind of book.
Okay,
you know,
I'm instantly intrigued, and I go over and attempt to examine the book.
Okay. So it's, you know, it's all in your face, kind of like pointing and like doing all this kind of stuff, waving at you. You open the book. Inside of it, there's, you know, sort of like journal entries about, you know, what's going on. It seems to mostly be kind of a record of religious practices, essentially. Having to do with the Church of Lolth, which, you know, seeing all the statues and the iconography, you know, not shocking for that to be the case.
And all the spiders. Okay.
Reuven, do you know anything about all this stuff?
Reuven knew about Lolth. This seems to be someone that was worshiping Lolth.
Well, Reuven might know some more.
Well, I mean, it looks pretty old. So this could be an old church, or it could just be somewhere that they like to go.
Is the skeleton still waving at us?
Yeah, it's still waving. It's like pointing and like, you know, holding its hand out and everything like that.
Even just so I'm clear on what's normal, not normal, because this is a lot of new stuff for me down here in the caves. Moving skeleton, normal?
Nope. Honestly, the whole moving skeleton thing, that pretty much just happened when y'all showed up. So
Okay. Is there more to that journal than just...
I'm gonna...
What's on the last page?
I think it all seems to be religious text, but I'm gonna try something here. I pick up one of the quills that was on the ground, and I put it in the skeleton's hand, and I hold up the book.
Okay. And it starts writing.
Oh, dang.
And it's just writing and writing and writing. And once it finishes writing, it sort of drops the quill and then sort of does one of these and then goes limp.
Okay.
Did it draw a dick in the journal?
That would be the best.
It was definitely a bone of some kind.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, and it writes this note that essentially says, "The Bone Lord seeks an audience with you at your earliest convenience. He would like to repay the boon that was done unto him by the hero squad." And that's it.
Wait, what?
Well, you tell me, Christina. You're the effing hero squad.
I reread it.
Uh-huh. Do you want me to?
Repeat that, please.
Yeah. Okay, so it says the Bone Lord seeks an audience with you at your earliest convenience. He would like to repay the boon that was done unto him by the hero squad.
What did we do with the Bone Lord?
I kind of remember what Rhaegar and Atlas did.
You! Oh my god! I had nothing to do with that. Earliest convenience.
Christina is so confused. Like,
I actually legitimately don't know if Brittany or Christina even knows.
No, we don't. Because that was like you two boys ran off and did something and didn't tell us.
We didn't create the name Hero Squad until
No,
Cracksylvania.
so this
the
would
Bone
be.
Lord knows.
This is one of those like. Everyone knows if they need to know.
Because your name is now infamous because you're terrorists.
It's infamous.
I'm just so like Christina is just like, who the hell's the Bone Lord? Well, I look at Corbin. I'm like, I have nothing to do with this. Ravo, I have no idea what's going on.
Ravo's like, because Ravo wasn't around for that.
It kind of seems like we don't have a choice about visiting him, though.
But I mean, like,
I think
Ravo was. He was actually, I think.
This doesn't seem like a good, like, this can't be good or bad.
No, it's going to be bad. 1,000% it's going to be bad, but...
Well, but the skeleton was really nice to us.
I think the skeleton was more of a servant just passing on a message.
Corvette,
right, but
Cherry,
but they didn't attack us.
Cherry, you ever thought about necromancy?
Me?
You know what? Let's end the episode there. I love Cherry. You ever thought about necromancy?